Good morning, Capricorn Collective. My name is Anne, and this is This Old Goat Tarot. This is your career and finance reading, career and money reading for the upcoming week ahead. Today is March 21st, 2025. Numerology speaking, if you break that all down and reduce it, it does provide us with a 6. So there might be some synchronicities today, some messages here or in your own experience dealing with the number 6, which is about balance, harmony, especially with interpersonal relationships, which is interesting. It is approximately 10:59, almost 11 o'clock here in Eastern Standard Time on this very chilly Friday. It's been warm all week, but all of a sudden, after last night's rain, it got chilly again. Yesterday, as you know, it was the vernal equinox. It also kicked off Aries season. And Aries is a fire sign, but it's a fellow cardinal sign. So Capricorns are a cardinal sign as well. What that is it kicks off a new season. So while Capricorns, we kick off winter, Aries kicks off spring. Now, something to be thought about with this is that while we like change, cardinal signs are about, that shift in the seasons. There's a big fundamental difference between Capricorns and Aries in the sense of we are an earth sign, they are a fire sign. And the winter is very predictable. It's cold. We have control. We're inside. We like the change of the season, but under our own set of rules, our own conditions. We know what to expect. We can plan our week. We just kind of know it's going to be cold out. So we can be very productive in climbing our mountain inside our homes. But a fire is very unpredictable. Something that starts off as a little spark can very quickly become a wildfire. On the other hand, if you don't tend the fire, the flame will go out. So, I'm curious what Spirit has to say for the Capricorn Collective about the fact that we can't predict this energy. And it is a very unpredictable time. I'm sensing a lot of shifting energy ever since the full moon in the lunar eclipse from last week, full moon in Virgo. That was a big release of energy. We also have another eclipse coming up, a solar eclipse, next week on the 29th. So it's a time that we want to be out and about, we want to be productive. We don't necessarily know what the outcome might look like. It's hard to predict. So what do we need to learn when it comes to career and finance in lieu of all of those shifting things? The other thing I would just say is when it comes to career and finance, we're still in tax season here in the United States. The stock market has been very up and down, as well as the crypto markets. So you might be feeling it. Job security, I hope you're not going through that, but job security is also very much a question mark for a lot of Capricorns, a lot of folks in general. By the way, my name is Anne, and this is a Capricorn-only collective intuitive reading. It's only because I feel like I can have the most to offer Capricorns in any placement. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, you name it. Welcome. Welcome, cross-watchers, if you're new here. If today's reading resonates in any way, I would be ever so grateful if you could hit that like and subscribe button. It helps me. It just gives more feedback. Or if you do have the time to write any comments, it helps me kind of understand how the messages that I'm relaying are either resonating or not. So let's get to it. I did premeditate and shuffle these decks. I will go ahead and clarify the air, spirit, angels, and guides that are highest and best. Only the best for my Capricorn Collective. What messages do you have today? and our reading will begin. Welcome, Spirit. This is the Mind Info Oracle card deck. And we have allow as the message. You are being asked to open your energy field and take down your walls of protection in order to allow goodness into your life. Sometimes, without even realizing it, we block ourselves from the flow of life. It's safe to open yourself up, back up. Card slipped through my fingers. So, Capricorns, sorry about that, it fell on the floor. Take a moment to reflect on that statement for a bit. Look at the imagery of the card itself. I think that's just as important. What comes to mind when you hear allow? For myself, I'm really thinking about all of this Piscean energy that we just came off of. This eclipse season that we can't necessarily control everything. We're so used to being in that ability to predict what's going to come, to be able to control our outcomes, and to just go with the flow. That very, I'm almost getting that Piscean symbol there of like the two fish. Water has no corners. It's a mutable sign. Very, non-linear. We just need to trust the process is what I'm hearing from Spirit. So, all right, we'll put that in the background for today's reading. But on that note, let's go ahead and get started. Spirit, what does the Capricorn community need to know when it comes to their career and finance? We have the Six of Cups, recent energy. We have the Chariot. And we have the Eight of Wands, the future outcome. All right. So again, today, like as I mentioned before, today's number breaks down to a 6. Maybe something was brought back into balance in recent energy. Let's get some clarity on that. The cups in the tarot represent water signs. Could be dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. Someone in your life that has those placements. Maybe you yourself, Capricorn, has some additional placements there. And there's some balance here. I like this imagery where we have this, what we see on the surface level is just we see some growth here, but there's all of this magic happening underground that we don't see. And we have to just trust that it's happening. That's right. I definitely get that allow message. Well, there's balance there. It's not completely symmetry, right? It's not completely symmetry. What it's saying is what we see here is just half the story. We have to allow ourselves that ability to trust that what we're doing and what the universe wants for us is built on solid ground. Like this is not just one or two roots. This is several. This is a weave, a whole connection down there that's happening, and it's in color as well. Let's get some clarity on that Six of Cups in recent past. Was something brought into balance? Something that you didn't necessarily see the whole picture at first, but you sort of just trusted the universe. We got the Devil. It could be yes, Capricorn. We got the Two of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Justice in reverse. Okay. So there was something here that wasn't in balance. and it impacted us in our career and finances. Perhaps I feel as if we had to do some, we had to really think about what we were spending our money on. I'm sensing that we were using our money, maybe not necessarily in our traditional Capricorn practical sense, but there was something here in which maybe we were being a little impractical and kind of leading with our feelings and our emotions. But I don't sense that that was such a bad thing. I'm not getting that that's bad. This is us. There is this Two of Swords, though. And we had to make a decision. We couldn't necessarily see what the outcome was. And there was something here that we acted upon financially, whether maybe it was a career move, but we followed our heart space here, and this, we didn't know what the outcome was going to be. This Two of Swords here, it was a decision that we took on, and there was something that led us to a better balance, better life-work balance, perhaps. Is there something that you left or you walked away from because you were seeking balance? But, you know, this does concern me because this Justice here in reverse at the bottom of the deck tells me that, again, the waters are choppy. So we made a decision. I think we were leading from the heart space. We wanted more balance. We wanted more abundance in our life. And we did that. And yet it was, we moved forward, but we didn't have the whole picture. I feel like there was some misinformation. There was something there that we didn't have the full picture on. And that's, I think also when we made that decision, that's why there's this moon here, and she's blindfolded. So we went with what we could, but the information wasn't complete. And that to me makes sense because we only see the top half of this tree, right? We don't see what's happening underground. And so in making this decision, we made the decision. But there was some sort of miscommunication here. Let's move on. Let's see here. There's a Chariot, Major Arcana. Let's see what the Chariot has to offer us. It's fast-moving energy. Spirit, why is the Chariot here in current energy? Typically, it's about fast-moving energy, something that's occurring quickly. Ooh, we've got the Three of Swords, heartache. We've got the Eight of Wands. Again, oh, another synchronicity here. Synchronicity, rather. Bottom of the deck, we've got the Moon. So there was something hidden from us. Something, again, there's a Moon here. We made a decision. We didn't have the full picture. We were seeking balance. We thought we were doing the right thing. We had to make a decision, and we couldn't wait. There was something with timing here. And this Three of Swords is telling me that the outcome wasn't what we were hoping for. It wasn't what we preferred. And something's quick. And there was something hidden from us. Like I said, this to me is an incomplete picture. We don't have all of the information, and we still don't. something is yet to be revealed with this situation about why it led to. So perhaps you made you trusted your financial advisor, right? You were seeking more balance with your finances. You knew it's tax time. Perhaps, you know, we were here, we consented to this decision. Nothing looked like particularly lovely in terms of a decision, but we made one. And we were trying to act in our heart space because we were looking for balance. And there was, again, something with divine timing here. And when we made this decision, there was a loss, there was a heartache. And it happened really fast. And we're still in the wake of that. It's not done. Something's not done. That's where I'm getting the bottom of the deck, the moon. I think we're processing this Three of Swords because this energy is happening so quickly. Very much eclipse energy. We did just have that full moon eclipse. We also have the solar eclipse coming up next week. These 2 weeks, there's a lot of timelines that are shifting all at once. And we might be in the wake of some sort of sorrow, but we can't quite identify it. The energy is just coming so fast and so quick. This is fire. We have it here too. All right, let's see, Capricorns. Spirit, why do we have this 8 of Wands here? It doesn't seem complete. But we also have this allow here. There's something we need to allow. Oh, I almost forgot to ask the bottom of the deck here. The bottom of the deck for the overarching read of the energy today. 6, another 6 of Pentacles. Again, synchronicity. We have a 6 here. 6 of Pentacles. Today's number breaks down March 21st, 2025 breaks to a 6. 6 of Pentacles is again about some sort of balance. There is some sort of reciprocity, some sort of something by us allowing, there's some sort of balance that is yet to be achieved, but we have to allow it to happen. So let's again, Spirit, why is this 8 of Wands here in the potential outcome? Something's not over. With that moon at the bottom of the deck from current energy, I'm guessing that it has something to do with this decision here. It's not done. We've got the 4 of Wands in reverse. We've got the moon again. Bottom of the deck is the 2 of Wands, but it's in reverse. 2 of Wands came out yesterday towards the tail end of the reading for the vernal equinox as well. So, there's a heartache in both of these positions here. These outcomes were not what we were expecting. And it's because we had to make a choice. We did this. There was consent here. With your career, perhaps there was a new project. We were disappointed. I'm sensing disappointment if we were being asked to take on a new project that wasn't what we had wanted to do. Some sort of loss. It didn't lead to the happy ending. This choice did not lead to a happy ending at all. But something is not fully finished. This outcome is not complete. The current timeline is suggesting that it's not necessarily, it's not over, but it's not comfortable either. We're gonna get over the sorrow. It's not gonna last long. Again, because I do sense that there's some balance that's coming. What we're seeking with this Six of Cups, this balance that we were looking for by this decision, the decision itself did not lead to the balance. But there's other factors at play. There could be other people at play that we're not aware of. Like, again, this moon energy. And we're not going to have to wait long for it. This is still moving. It's still in play. There's still pawns on the chessboard. And it's uncomfortable. It's not a complete, it's not complete. Something is not complete. And this Two of Wands in reverse, maybe it's something to do with the outcome that we were looking for. Again, going back to being very predictable, expecting maybe we were expecting a tax return. Perhaps we were expecting a new role, or we were in sort of that third or final job interview and we're just kind of ghosted. And now we're starting to second guess ourselves a little bit. I think that the message here in the overall reading today is that there's something that wants to come through, but we need to allow it to come through. It says to open your energy field and take down your walls of protection. So, this is interesting. It's almost like, okay, things are not going well. You know, things are starting to spiral downwards. So we kind of like, we're starting to build those walls. We're getting that initial gut reaction of fear-based energy. And that tells us that there's some sort of fight or flight response because, again, in recent energy, it didn't go well. Maybe it was a conversation and you're like, oh gosh, that review that I had or that last interview didn't sit well. And we feel like all is lost. Or made a decision and it was initially great, and then like a day later something happened unexpected. That moon energy, something that we're not aware of in our field of sight. I think that Spirit's saying that in this time period between these eclipses, there's some sort of balancing happening from source, and we just need to don't get distracted by all of this energy that looks doom and gloom, apocalyptic energy. We cannot get stuck there. We just need to allow it to happen. Trust the process, okay? It's going to be uncomfortable. It's not this like, okay, fairy tale ending right away. It's going to take some time to get to this fairy tale ending. It's not immediate. But doesn't mean it's not going to come either. That's why I'm saying that there's divine timing involved with this balance of this pentacle. So I think I'll leave it there. Heavy energy, I think it's just this holding pattern that can also be incredibly uncomfortable for us as Capricorns. We don't like to know what's coming next. So if you're going through this, hold tight, hold space for yourself. Take the weekend to pause and reflect. Again, we are in a Mercury in retrograde, and in that time space, it's not a time to make big rash decisions. We may have been forced to make this decision, but let's not be reactive, okay? Let's not dwell in this heartache, okay? Allow that wand energy, that chariot, like again, we have the Chariot 2 8 of Wands coming through. It's very transitional. It's not here to stay. It's here because there is some sort of purification that's happening. So just trust the process, allow it to happen, and know that what you're seeking in terms of balance, it's gonna come. and it's just not right away, not when we're expecting it. It's the moon. All right. So Capricorn, I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Let me know what you're doing this weekend in the comments. I would love to hear from you. With that, I hope that you have a great day. Take care.